So if you're watching this video, there's a pretty decent chance that you either can't cook or just fail every time you try. If that's the case, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to begin and improve your cooking. So I've noticed that there are many people in their 20s that don't know how to cook as a result of not being taught or just out of pure reliance on ordering food or eating out. It's possible that you may also be lazy. So the beginning to the solution if you're starting from zero is the same as with most things. Don't begin with the most difficult dishes. If I had $1 for the amount of people I've seen trying to make complicated dishes with no cooking experience, I'd be living in Japan right now. If you're just getting into cooking, start by learning how to properly hold and use a knife. Cutting is the foundation of 90% of the dishes that you're going to make. Although it seems basic and somewhat obvious, mastering how to use this tool will grant you the ability to open the gates to numerous of your favorite cuisines. An excellent and cheap way to develop your knife skills is by practicing how to make salads. Aside from learning how to cut different fruits, vegetables, and greens, you'll likely have to make a dressing for that salad as well. That's where sauce making comes in. Salad dressings in particular are a great entry into the world of sauces. This is due to the fact that they can be made slowly and in a controlled manner, unlike a hollandaise sauce, for example, which requires constant mixing above steam. Also, don't forget that many salad dressings taste better when you make them yourself anyways. In addition, you'll know the exact quality and source of each of the components in the sauce. As far as actual cooking is concerned, I believe that mastering the main styles of eggs is the perfect introduction. I'm specifically referring to omelets, scrambled eggs, boiled eggs, and poached eggs. These are all quite technical and require different levels of precision. The great part about this is that eggs are usually quite cheap. In addition, I find that eggs that are quote-unquote messed up can be used to make delicious dishes. If you overcook scrambled eggs, you can throw some cheese on it and put it in between 2 slices of bread. The most important part is to learn from your mistakes and to try to improve each time you try again. Once you've mastered eggs, you can comfortably move on to things like chicken. Specifically chicken thighs, because they're actually completely fine if you quote-unquote overcook them. And they're just better anyways. Stir-frying vegetables is also a great way to put both cutting and cooking together. You can also learn a lot about timing and making sure all vegetables are cooked at the same time. I also want to mention that pasta is something that is really excellent to experiment with. Much like a stir-fry, you can learn how to time cooking and how to make sure all components of the dish are cooking in relation to each other. Arguably the most important part of cooking actually has nothing to do with cooking at all, and that's without a doubt the cleanup. I hear people say that they enjoy the cooking process but dread the cleanup afterwards. In order to make your life easier, just make sure to clean as you go. Just wipe down any spills immediately and make sure to keep your work surface empty. If you have a dishwasher, as soon as you're done with the spatula or something, just give it a quick rinse and throw it in there. If not, just slowly get in the habit of washing things as you go. One thing that massively helped me was keeping the garbage can and paper towels close to me at all times. I'd sometimes just have a plastic bag on the counter and throw out any trash immediately. If you'd like to save the skins of the garlic or onion, you can just have a Ziploc bag on the counter as well. At the end, you can just chuck it in the freezer. By the way, to those who don't know, some people like to save the skins of vegetables to then throw them into water and create a stock. So if you'd like, you can do that as well. Remember to progressively up the difficulty over time, and eventually you'll be making better food than your favorite restaurant. The final thing I'll say is that, like with all things, you're going to have to practice. You won't get good at cooking if you never cook. It may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. Like and subscribe. See ya.